Oh, yeah, that's what I gotta do. Okay, I gotta do that. Okay. I think we're up. I think if you go to YouTube, you can see it now. Yep, I see us up there now. Hey, look, there's Nuno and Caesar, and sorry about the delay, guys. We are learning. We are learning. uh, all right, so everyone, welcome to our first ever live stream, official live stream, and AMA. The lesson we just learned today is every time you stream, apparently you have to get a new stream key for YouTube. And that's something I didn't know. So we were all prepped and ready, and Lively Minis and I were sitting here very, very confused as to why we weren't making any progress with you all. So welcome. And I think we're set up and ready. You ready, Derek?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, welcome back, everybody. Good to have you guys here. Wow, and I got a whole different end here, by the way, as uh, the person running the stream. We are good, Range. We are well. Are you well, Derek? I guess I shouldn't speak for both of us. Wow, looking at me making assumptions here.
I'm quite well.
All right, all right.
Yep, I got my coffee. I'm good to
Oh,
go.
that's true. I got my coffee too. Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna adjust my camera slightly. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that should be just a little bit better. I have a delay before I get to see it. Yeah, I had pancakes this morning, so I am doing a-okay.
I
Um,
had frosted mini wheats.
frosted mini wheats.
Yeah, you know it.
All right, let's get to painting. So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
I'm glad you're all doing well as can be.
Yep. Hope everybody's not bored out of their mind. It's been oh, I went to go start painting and I realized I don't have my rag here. Got to reach across the room. So funny enough, a couple of you were here. Steak and eggs. Steak and eggs.
Dang, Range has got it going on.
Oh, I know. What the heck? I'm jealous. I mean, my pancakes weren't bad. Uh, they were fluffy. And I had maple syrup. Still working on those Turbox Primes. Are you done magnetizing them yet? All right. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what color scheme I'm going to be doing for these Trader Guard models. So, for those of you following me on Instagram, I know you've seen I teased that I was going to be working on some heretical things. But what that really means is I'm painting up these Trader Guard and other models from Blackstone Fortress so I can use them in Kill Team. So that when I start doing games in quarantine here, it doesn't have to be Imperium on Imperium because, well, quite frankly, that's all I own. Is in paint is Imperium for the most part. So I'm painting up some heretics so I can kill them, or play them so my partner can kill them with her Imperial fists. Um, hey Derek, what are you working on?
Me, I'm gonna see how quickly I can get done this old school Demon Prince here, and then I might move on to a few other models I have sitting on the side.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, you might be you might recognize a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want these guys to be dark in color, So I'm getting my palette together, and I'm thinking Eshin Gray, Castellan Green, and Steel Legion Drab. But maybe I'll go even
So,
darker than Steel Legion Drab, and maybe I'll do like nah, because I want to do Rhinox hide for the leather. Okay, and then I'm going to be doing Iron Warriors for their metal. All right, so I got all my paints here that I think I'm going to be using. Uh, Set those back here out of the way. Need to. Okay, so Nuno says need to sand off the excess of my homemade putty of the small pieces of metal, but I drilled and glued tooth sticks to the main turret weapon. Hmm. It sounds like you do projects the way Lively Minis does. So oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys. So if you don't follow Lively Minis on Instagram, you should. You should totally do it. Totally check him out. He was going to be part of the Siege of Peck
Peck,
Siege of Peck this year
Siege of Peck.
at Adepticon, and was working on some amazing conversions and kit bashing and so forth for that. So definitely check out his amazing work there that he's been working on. So, and I'm bummed out. I'm bummed out too because I was looking forward to seeing the Kroot in mass at Adepticon, but another year.
It was going to be a true Kroot invasion.
Ooh, I think I'm also going to do some Screamer Pink as well. I think I'm going to use that on these Rogue Psychers. Yeah.
I think any excuse to break out some Screamer Pink is amazing.
It's one of my favorite colors. Like pairing that with Incubi Darkness and like the layers that go down from there. Hey, good morning, Luch. Ah, well, thank you for that, Nuno. Thanks for following both of us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, Balthasar Gold, or what, however you say it. God, GW names.
Balthazar.
Range is in the process of assembling his second box of Dark Imperium. Derek, aren't you doing the same?
No, but I'm on my third set of the Shadow Spear Chaos side.
Oh,
I actually never fought the full Dark Imperium.
really? I think I split it with somebody, and I don't remember quite who. Okay.
I kind of piecemealed out what I wanted from it, and I still don't have the. I'm just realizing I'm not really centered in the camera here. I still don't have um, the ancient primary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Range says no Dark Imperium yet. Heresy. Well, I have half of it. I have the Imperium part. I don't have anything else. I painted them up as Ultramarines because, well, I'm a basic fanboy. Um, and Derek has been working on his Chaos Forces, which I'm excited about. And you're doing. What Legion are you doing your Chaos Forces as there, Derek?
So I'm doing Black Legion.
Yeah, which I am excited about because, well, I play Cadians. So I want to make sure I have some good enemies. Yeah, Range, get those Ultramarines. I love them. I did mine with I even did mine with the gold trim. Like I couldn't even help doing it, like just like the box art and stuff. I think it's what the third company is the gold trimmer. I don't know. I can tell you all about the guard. I can't tell you a whole lot about the Ultramarines and Space Marines in general. It's just not quite my forte. I need to make sure my camera's set up well here. It's not. I need to readjust. Bloop. Okay. Blue cheese all the way, Roman centurions. Yep. Oh, here we go. Now you guys can actually see what I'm working on a little bit better. We can see Lively just perfect there. Well done on getting your stuff set up. So yeah, this is I think this is my way of coping with not having Adepticon.
Yeah, that was very depressing on my part, but I get why they made that decision. It's probably the best move.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would hate to be in Chicago right now. Their numbers are just through the roof. Um, oh, second company is gold. Oh, Range, you might be a newbie, but you know more than me. Golden.
Well,
So Golden Sea.
two's still a prime number though.
Yeah. So Golden Sea Gamer asked, "What is your favorite Astra Militarum model?" And Derek, I think both you and I should answer this. I think you know Guard well enough to answer. My favorite model. Oh God, um, that is a tough one. I really got to think about this, and I think right at the moment, I might have to say the Forge World uh, Command Squad set without the respirators is one of my favorites. Actually, if you go back through our Instagram feed, Lively Minis and I did a Apocalypse game a little over a year ago from now, and that company commander with the power fist and the beard is preparing to fight one of his battle suits, and it was fantastic. Uh, what about you, Derek? What's your? Do you have a favorite guard model?
Um, well, I don't know. It's like a single model. I really like the Scion kit.
Ooh, we were talking about them yesterday during our test.
Um, but I would say I'm more using it for like different things. Like, I mean, if it were worth building anything Inquisition, I think they'd be a great choice for acolytes.
They are the
Um,
choice for acolytes.
I mean, that's debatable.
I mean, true, they've been coming out with a lot more models. I mean, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they were like basically the only choice.
But yeah, I'd say maybe Scions.
Hmm. It's a good kit. I own a lot of them. I'm determined. So Range says he's determined to have Vitrix guard and to have a semi-decent male squad. Captain Vitrix and a chap. Slap them in an impulsor and hop them up the board to their death. That sounds awesome.
That does sound really cool.
Oh yeah, this so I'm also trying out a new thing for the first time on the feed today, and I have pre-shaded and pre-highlighted my trader guard here because I want to try to reduce the time I need to paint them up. And so far, I am happy with the results. Very happy. Oh, the Crassus and the Praetor. Oh, Vulture Gunship, of course. Um, I got a friend, Derek knows him as well. He's a local 40K guy. Austin Jones owns several of those Vultures. And I've been wanting to play against them in a game, and I haven't gotten to yet. I'm real disappointed about that because he has three of them. And I've never actually played against Vultures. So that's something I'm interested in doing. Yeah, I know they're not the hotness that they were currently, but I'd still like to play against them. I guess they went out of favor because just flyers in general went out of favor after everybody spammed them for quite a while. But
Yeah, you'll have that.
I do want to use that Crassus armored transport more. I just can't quite seem to. I'll be honest with you guys. I love my Crassus. That and the Macarius Vulcan are two of my favorite guard models that I own and have painted. They're not even done yet, and I still love them. But with the Crassus, I can't quite get it to work in a game. Um, I'm struggling to make it fulfill its role of getting infantry mass across the table. And I think it's just because the state of the meta too is just people are used to having to kill knights, so people bring a lot of anti armor, and so a transport like that they just pop it really quickly, and I don't quite get it across the table the way I need to. But can't always win. Still fun. I still take it. I load it in. What I'm doing right now. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you guys. I have bought some more Bulgrins, and I'm going to be painting these up so I can load a Crassus armored transport full of Bulgrins to the max, and charge it forward down the table. That's my goal. Doesn't that sound lovely, Derek?
That sounds amazing. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna be sick that week.
Come on. Hey, listen. If you're gonna be playing Chaos, you're gonna have things to deal with the Bulgrins. So you're gonna have less to worry about. It's not like you're well. If I bring it against your Tau army, yeah, you should pray a little bit. But
Tau don't pray.
damn commie bastards.
They just ask the ethereal for advice.
There we go. Getting my grays in there. Oh yeah, I'm really like how these models are coming out. This will be really nice to have these. And I'll let you borrow them, Derek, when you're betraying the Emperor.
Very nice.
So if you guys couldn't tell, Lively Minis and I don't live far from each other. We actually used to live right down the road from each other, but not anymore.
Yeah, things happen.
Well, I had to get a new job. It's a really nice job. I can say that. It's been quite enjoyable. Although I do miss home. Oh yeah, these guys are. So I'm gonna paint the leader, like the sergeant first. I'm gonna paint the flamer. Let's see how this goes. There we go. So if you guys are you guys painting along with us? Some of you, and if so, tell us what you're working on. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the peeps out there doing the shelter and hobby.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know Nuno's working on his Toroxes. Range is building an Ultramarines army.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Edge highlighting his Ultras, the first 5 of them.
Very nice.
Oh, Alex waiting to go into work. Well, gotta make that money so you can hobby and eat and have shelter and, you know. So, darn, wish you were getting to a hobby with the rest of us. But vicariously, live vicariously through us. So glad you're joining us, Alec. Built your own spray booth. Man, you are hobbying better than me. I do not have a spray booth yet. It's funny, I take my table here basically, and I cover it in white t-shirts, and I airbrush and spray right here. That's why you see all this paint color on my mat, is because I was just airbrushing on it yesterday, actually. Working on a Acadian Sergeant. Heck yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
What weapon loadout are you happen to be using on your Sergeant there? I prefer I make to make my regiment unique. I'm sure you guys have seen on my Instagram. I do bolt guns, which I get a lot of criticism for, but a lot of praise for too. And do bolt guns along with chain swords, of course. Um, but I know a lot of people like to just do the last pistol, and that's iconic. It's cool, but oh, Kazurkin's building a Bane blade. I think.
Mm.
Oh, oh, my heart just reached through the internet. Okay, standard chainsword and last pistol.
I do like the Baneblade model.
Oh, it's such a good model.
So if I were to add another favorite of mine from Guard list,
Maybe that one.
Baneblade. Yeah.
Okay, getting ready to put some Castellan green down on these guys. Each their own in a build. How boring would it be if I had the same forces? Well, true. Variety is the spice of life. This is true. I'd like a breadth of stuff as well, and try to accomplish that the best I can in my modeling too, even of my guard, which I'm thinking about. I am long overdue for showing everybody an entire photography set of my guard, and so I'm thinking about working on that here this week, and finally getting my whole army photographed at one time. And this way, you guys could see some of the differences in my stuff too. The way I like make my platoons a little different and so forth. Oh yeah, adding that pre-shade green on here. This is going well. I like that.
Variety is actually why I got into kit bashing and converting.
True. Out of the two of us, you do it much better than me.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah.
You do some good work on your own.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm a I'm an out. I mean, besides the bolt guns on my sergeants, I don't feel like I do a whole lot. I'm really like whatever the box tells you to build, I'm gonna build. Um, yeah, I know it is a shame you can't post pictures here on YouTube. Maybe we'll do something on Reddit sometime where everybody can share their stuff. Can you do that on Reddit? Can you like share pictures on Reddit?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of a Reddit user. I rarely post. Katie and Shocks try to get me to use it more often. Oh yeah, back to the Baneblade thing. I got a local guy in my hobby club, Nick, and he's got a Nurgle army, and he's wanting to add some renegades to it for Trader Guard. And I'm hoping he wants to, and I'm hoping he does it. He builds a Baneblade variant and Nurgle themes it up for his Trader Guard. So I'm hoping that we see that. Yeah, I just I'm not as familiar with Reddit as all, and I need to maybe familiarize myself with it again. Oh, paint this armor on here. There we go. You know, I think this pre-highlighting is actually working out for me. I'll show a close-up of the models here in a little bit. I think it is. I think it's working out. Yeah, Nurgle Blade Bane. One of the other people I follow on Instagram right now working on a Nurgle Bane Blade, and they're kit bashing it to like hell and back. It's amazing. And it is. Oh, what's her name? Oh shoot, she's British. Warhammer Lass? No.
Warhammer Girl?
Oh, fiddlesticks. I'll have to look it up real quick. It's she's a big cosplayer. Oh, Nerd Princess. Nerd Princess is doing one right now, and it's just amazing. Yep, yeah,
Nice.
Alec guessed it before. You actually sent that, Alec, because of the delay. You sent it before I actually said it on live feed, so Alec gets credit for that. But yeah, she's doing a really awesome one right now. Big, huge mechanical tentacles coming out of it and everything. Looks wicked sweet. Yeah. To ding up these shoulder pads real good too here in a little bit. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, that green's coming out real good. I'm going to show up close to these here in a moment, but I'll wait and till we get farther along with some stuff. How's your heretic coming along? Well, I guess we're both painting heretics. See, I can't even get onto you right now. We're both doing the same thing. Um,
I know.
this is weird. But how's your brute coming
I'm
along?
feeling good about it.
Yeah, it's weird to be painting.
Right now, I'm just trying to splashing on all the red, and then I'm gonna start going black, and then somewhere in the middle start blending.
Aha. Oh, shoot. Just mixed colors on my wet palette on accident. Gotta really water these paints down real well to use them with this pre-shading I've done with an airbrush. Can't just water them down like I typically do. I gotta like put some extra water in there. There we go. Yeah, it's not coming out too bad. Huh. All right. Hope everyone's staying safe too. By the way, I know some of us still have to work. Um, I'm fortunate enough to finally convince my employer to let me work from home, so I hope you guys are staying safe as well. It's an interesting time in the world, I gotta say. So no matter where you're at. Nerd has only got 3 vids. 3 videos. Yeah, she's primarily Instagram. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't even know she had a YouTube or anything else. But she also does like fans only and Patreon. So I don't know, not quite sure what she has on there available for everybody. Oops, I missed the spot. I always miss the spot. I'm terrible about that. I never catch all the places I need to put in color the first time around. Oh, Nuno's been home for 4 weeks. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I am finishing up my first week of self quarantining. I had the flu uh, last week, and I recovered very quickly. Uh, don't really think it was COVID-19, but can't really be sure because I didn't go get any testing done because I didn't qualify for any. Um,
Uh, yeah, you're right, Range. It's best not to dwell on it.
yeah,
Kind of
man flu.
make do with what you got. You start to dwell on things, then you start to do what I call forward negative projection. Where if you put out negative energy, you're gonna receive negative energy.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Luckily, I am just bristling with positivity. Yay! I am annoyingly so. Extremely chipper in the mornings, especially. my poor partner this morning. I was dancing and singing around the kitchen while making pancakes. Um, I'm lucky violence did not come upon me. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I really want to try to keep the color palette simple, but the more I'm painting these, I think I'm going to have to add in some extra color for some variation. Yeah, see, I'm chipper as soon as my feet hit the floor. Derek knows this. We lived together for a little bit. It's I can be very annoying in the mornings.
Very.
Oh
And I mean, like, I feel like I can get chipper pretty quick, but yours is like instant.
yeah, it is. I wake up and like in my head it's no wait, what Disney movie is it? It's a whole new world. But that, I always think it's Pocahontas, but I guess I'm wrong. What is that? Do you know, Derek?
Aladdin?
Oh yeah, I think it is Aladdin. Thank you. I'm bad about that. Yeah, for me, every time my feet hit the floor in the morning, that song like comes on in my head. I'm like, ah, yay.
You're like that, was that Rooster Tail sketch? The people using the fancy soda machine.
Oh God, the rooster teeth.
Every. Yeah, or yeah, what did I say? Rooster
I
Tail?
bet you their life has to be wonderful. Every day they wake up and it's a whole new world.
Like every day's a brand new adventure.
That is one of my favorite rooster teeth skits. So, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, go find it. I think it's called Double Derp. It's called Double Derp by Rooster Teeth.
Man, that's probably so old by
Oh,
now.
it is so old. But hey, Rooster Teeth is still relevant, I think. So, you know, they're the guys who used to make Red versus Blue, the Halo series back in the day. Oh my God, it's so old.
Rocket Force.
It's been so long. Oh. It's it's not pink. It's lightish red. Yeah, you see, we already have a color for that. It's called pink. Used to watch it all the time. Okay, I think I nearly got the first guy done. So,
Nearly.
uh,
Nearly.
let me pull this up real quick. So I just want to show you guys what I got going on. And, oops, it's hard to keep focus here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. So here's this model I've been painting, and what I've done is I appreciated these guys with black, gray, and white, and now I'm painting colors over top of them to hopefully I get some pre-shades and pre-highlights on it. Oh, come on. It's not focusing. There we go. Okay. Oh. I'm trying to get it to focus. It just won't. Come on. Well, anyhow. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So it's coming out somewhat decent. Wow, it looks better on my feed than I expected it to. So, Here's the back side of it. Oh, it keeps wanting to focus on my hands, which I appreciate that it's like a smart camera and it can do that. But there we go. Okay, so that's what I got to do to get this focused in for you guys. But yeah, so he's coming along. Uh, what about I want to also give you a moment, Derek. Oh yeah, whoa! Look at that son of a gun. Just so you know, Derek, I made you the primary screen here on our
Oh, nice.
live feed to show off your awesome work you got going on.
So, one thing I'm really liking is going back and forth between these contrast paints, because you can get a nice, uh, like subtle blend between two colors. Because this is Flesh Terror Red and Black Templar, and then what I plan to do is get the Basilicanum Gray to fill in more of the transition between the red and black here. Uh, kind of going for more like the you know Games Workshop image of what this old Demon Prince model was. But yeah,
Oh, that is a
it's really good.
demon prince you're working on. I thought you were
Yep,
working on a greater possessed or something at first.
this would be a very great possessed.
it would be
The greatest
it
possessed.
would be the possessor. Uh.
Workshop's new model, the greatest possessed. It's greater than you're possessed. You don't even know, son.
Yeah, Alec, I like the white paper idea. I need to. I've been using a macro matte backdrop, but I need to photograph it in some like either plain black or plain white backgrounds as well to help capture a model better. Not all of them really need a fancy backdrop when I photograph them, so I need to start doing that. And a sheet of white paper works just fine. Derek, you've done that too, haven't you?
Yes, I've done white paper. I've done white like linen,
Oh,
and I actually just recently finally got the macro mat.
you got a macro mat?
Yeah, as a part of the Adepticant sale they were doing.
This stream unofficially sponsored by Table War.
The macro mat.
The macro mat. Oh, geez, not
Oh,
that guy again.
not not that guy
Who's
again.
Matt, and why is he so fat? Hey, Austin! Austin's watching. Hey, buddy. We were just talking about you a little bit ago. You'll have to go back, and once this is up on YouTube, you'll have to rewatch. But yeah, we were chatting up about you. We're doing good. Uh, so welcome to our live stream, man. Hope you're staying safe and staying well. Miss playing games with you, dude. Why was I talking about you? I was talking about how you have three vultures, and how I really, really wish I could play a game against your guard army while you use those three vultures, because I've never actually played against them before. So six vultures. I everybody, I lied.
66 vultures.
66 times. Oh, movie references. uh, hey, Range. No need to stir the pot. Oh, is that what happened, Austin? They upped them in points. I was trying to remember why they fell out of favor so badly. Oh yeah. Let's see. I need to do my fur. What's going to be my base color for my fur? Baneblade brown. Gorther brown. Uh, I can't. I'm so indecisive right now. Else I need to look Mornfang brown. Yeah, Mornfang's actually not a bad color. It's reddish. It's a reddish brown. I could do that. What's
Or Doombull Brown.
Doombull? Oh man, that is a great color. No, I don't think I want it to be that warm. I do want it to be brown, but I don't want it to be warm. So I think I might go with the color series of Gorther, then Baneblade, and then Karak Stone. By the way, I keep my paints. You guys can't see it; it's off camera. But my paint rack is in shading order. So like as I paint flesh or different colors, it's in the order I would like go from dark to bright in tone change. This is how I organize my paints. What is XV88? Yeah, I have major OCD, Austin.
Um, XV88's more of like a dark muted tan, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Like a tan drab.
Yeah, here I got a pot right here because I used to use it for my basing. It's like a warm. It's like an orangey. It's like an ochre. It's not quite an ochre. Um, Actually, I think the if you'd highlight this, it'd probably be tau light ochre. But yeah, it's just a nice warm like clay orange brown. No, maybe you'd even call this baby poop yellow. I don't know.
I think it was. Yeah, it's actually supposed to be the base before you apply towel ochre.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do Gorther brown here real quick. I probably just should have used contrast paint on this, but oh well. To like really get this fur done in like one quick coat. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, I can't say. I mean, I gotta say, I am excited to get these heretics done, but mostly so I can shoot them or have them shot. Either way.
Yeah, it is like a darker Xandru dust.
I do have it next to my Xandri desk because, like I said, everything is in tonal order.
I actually really like your paint setup.
Yeah, I don't remember the company that makes my paint racks. Oops. Oops, I got a little bit of paint where I didn't want it. It's burned into the bottom side of one of them, which is funny. That's why I can't ever remember who made them, is because I can't see the name. It's like hidden underneath the paint racks. Austin, were you trying to call me a traitor? Because I do have Rogue Trader models I am also working on right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that came out well. Okay. And there's no fur on this guy, huh? Nope, no fur. Well, I got this brown here, though. I'm going to go ahead and put it on some other models real quick so it doesn't go to waste. This is also why I keep a bunch of models on my painting table. So like if I have excess paint, I just throw it on the other models real quick so it doesn't ever go to waste. But it also like contributes to my hobby, ADD. Yeah, there are a few people who make different paint racks. Derek, you keep yours and you get the GW trays now, right? And also just plastic totes.
Yeah, I have a like a plastic shoebox just full of pots.
Mm.
But I did get several of the little Citadel trays. If you've got a way to set them up and display those, they're neat. But I'd say mainly they're just best for if you want to travel with your paints.
Uh, that's true. Unlike those hardware boxes we got when we first started playing 40K.
Still use that, by the way.
Ziploc bags. Yeah, that's a good way to organize them too. Derek does that as well, or had done it. I went fancy just because my organization, I have a hard time not being organized. So, uh, yeah, so I kind of had to do it just to keep my brain straight. Because otherwise, I'd never remember what paints I used and in what order. And I will actually rearrange my paint rack if I decide that I think a certain highlight works better than another. I'll start to rearrange. And I will move every paint around on this paint rack until I get it right. I currently have two flesh tone paints I've not added to it yet. I bought the catechin skin and also something else recently because I didn't even know GW made those. I bought them and I haven't added them yet because I'm going to have to redo the entire shift all my colors around.
They've been sneaking out a lot of different uh, paints here recently.
Yeah. Yeah. But the if you got the dropper bottle brand, so if you're using Vallejo or other things like that, Austin, you're right. And even what I looked into early on, if I wasn't going to use GW paints, but I'm kind of heavily invested into them now, um, is you can use the racks from stores for fingernail polish. Those clear fingernail polish racks. They're real cheap and they store dropper bottles really well. So you don't even have to actually get the formal dropper bottle paint racks that everybody makes. Come on, let's get some fur on these traders.
And I very much did not want to feel locked into Games Workshop brand. So I have bought several different paints. Like actually today I might be using this Vallejo Game Air Bone White
Ooh,
later.
ooh, I got that one too. That's a good one.
And I really like Scale 75. Another thing I might be pulling out later is their flesh paint set. If I
Ooh.
can move everything out of the way. Again, not sponsored,
Yeah.
but highly recommend. Also, Scale 75, if you're an avid brush licker, very bitter.
Oh no.
It's very
Oh, go ahead, Derek.
very heavily pigmented.
Hey, Range. Yeah, don't worry. No, you're not saying anything that's obvious. This is a big hobby, and even people with years of experience haven't heard all the basics or heard this and that yet, and so forth. So, nope, you are contributing, good sir. Don't you worry about
No,
that.
you're good.
God, Derek, how many hundreds of hours have we spent listening to Uncle Adam?
I don't even want to know.
'Cause, like when we,
I think he's actually he might be streaming right now. I know he was before we started.
oh, was he streaming today?
I think so.
Have I've been missing the every other Sunday show. I need to tune back into that.
Yeah,
I guess,
it's hard to get on schedule with it, being that it's every other Sunday.
yeah. Well, I just ever since I've switched over to this YouTube account. I've not been getting notifications for it anymore. I need to change my notification settings.
Okay, so I think
Oh, that's a bummer for Sword and Steel, but luckily, um, myself nor Lively Minis have dealt with any issues from any manufacturers of anything.
scale 75 sounds like dinner. It's not bad. Like I said, bitter, kind of chalky, but it's because it's very, very heavily pigmented. But I would say still better than an oil paint. I think I'm at the point now where I can pull out my blend color.
You've done a lot of oil painting, haven't you? Now?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, no, inks. Sorry, I'm thinking of inks. You got really big into inks here lately.
Oh yeah, and which I might be pulling out some of those later, depending on how far we get.
Well, this is going faster than I thought. I mean, we're almost at an hour, and I've already had a lot of fun. It's felt like hardly any time at all. So, time has absolutely flown while doing this stream. Do 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 do. Oh, I may change my mind on this leather. I was going to do Rhinox hide, but now I'm thinking I may do black leather because that's just too much. Yeah, too much brown. Yep. Yeah. I think that's too much brown on him. Come on, camera. Come into focus. Come into focus.
With me.
Camera. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking it's too much brown. I'm going to go black leather on these guys. I'm going to switch that up. That's a bummer.
One thing I like about contrast paints, you can use them like a wash if you were doing a wash on a larger scale model where you actually slather it on and then just wipe off the raised areas. And it looks interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of. I mostly airbrush to base coat. Um, I've just not gotten into it a whole lot yet. Let's see. See if I get his mask done. He'll really look much farther along. See what's going on in the chat.
On vehicles and bigger size models. Yeah.
Oh, Nuno liked the dark brown. Yeah, I did too, but I just want to make sure I get a good balance of. I'm worried like 3 tones of brown is going to be too much for my model. So I just want to keep a good balance there. Look at me talking about like color theory while painting here. Jeez. Um, well, I didn't. Well, I mean, I've just become cognizant of it. You know, it's just once you. It's like it's once you become aware of it, it's hard to become unaware of it. Um, so yeah, and I get concerned about that. So funny. I've learned more from paint models than I have in my actual like professional career as a designer. When it comes like color and things like that. Been a great growing experience for me.
I've learned a lot about mindfulness
Ooh,
and meditation from painting models.
this is also true. That is how, like, this is how I relax.
Yeah, this is my Zen time.
Let's see. Um, a fair wedge of cash to experiment with airbrush would be okay if I could try some first. Yeah, let's see. The One of the things you could do is sometimes conventions and stuff have airbrushing classes where you don't have to bring your own supplies. They'll bring airbrushes for you, or you can ask them to bring some, and you can always try to like get into one of those to so you don't have to like use your money um, ahead of time, and you could learn how to use an airbrush and try it out. Uh, I borrowed one off of a friend before I bought my own. I got a Extreme Patriot 105 now. In fact, I got my own airbrush, and I still got Daniel's sitting in here, Derek.
Oh man, I've got two now.
Yeah, and also got the Patriot 105 simply because, well, they were at Adepticon and they were selling them. So I bought one. It was that simple.
That's actually the one that I bought, but I didn't get it at Adepticon.
Yeah, this was going to be your first Adepticon,
Yep, I was real excited.
and the world said no. Bummer, man. Bummer. But next year, and then your army will be more complete and even better. And I'm going to pressure you to finish that Siege of Peck army.
Oh, trust me, it's gonna get even bigger.
I've still got your Lehman Russ right here next to my painting table right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to airbrush that. Oopsie. I got the airbrush paints for it. I was going to do it in that nice light gray. I just wanted to verify it was the gray you wanted. Oh, that one guy. That one guy just joined. Hi, one guy. Oh, I know who that is. Hi, Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? We were actually talking about you earlier, by the way.
I've
Yeah.
been telling a lot of people that as they come on.
Yeah, I know. Austin joined. We were talking about him. Jeff joined. We were talking about him. And no, I'm not painting some Death Guard, but what I am doing is painting some. Oh, I don't know where my camera is. Some Traitor Guard. Ooh, some heresy. Some deep, dark heresy. Mostly so while I'm here in isolation from the pandemic, I can kill them. Playing games to kill team. I'm painting heretics just to kill them. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, we were saying earlier, I was talking earlier about how I was excited you might do a Baneblade project in the future for like a Traitor Guard or Renegade Guard group. And I'm very excited to see if you get that project underway and what that looks like, how you're going to kit bash that Baneblade to be for the Renegade and Heretics. So it'll be really cool.
Ooh, that transition came out nice.
Yeah, yeah, you want to show it off? Here, I'll give you some of the primetime screen there.
So what I was doing is I'd already put down skeleton horde on these horns, and then I came back with some wildwood and just kind of laid it down on like more right towards the cranium on the skull, and I did my brush licking and just started to kind of feather it out, almost like doing a wet blend. But I don't really do wet blending. I do what I call dirty brooming, where
Dirty
uh,
brooming.
more just kind of pushing it around and spreading it until it doesn't look like the same mess anymore. So now I got a little bit of a dark to light as it's getting lighter towards the tip, and I plan on coming back in with some layer paints to smooth that out, add some like striations. Yep, that's what it looks like. This is how the red and the black are
God,
starting to blend.
God, you've gotten a lot. That model looks fantastic, Derek.
Thank you.
Fan freaking tastic.
Aw,
I like how I'm
uh,
painting a model that's like a fourth of the size of yours, and you're way farther along.
well, you said I was quicker than you. I had to live up to that.
Yeah, well, you're proving it.
Oh, thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. For the flesh, I did. Well, right now I have skeleton horde loaded again to pick up some of these horns. But I went around and I did just kind of spots of flesh terror red, contrast paint, like on the hands and knees, some random parts on the elbows, and along this part of the back where the whatever that is that's coming out of them. And I just put the red down, and then I started filling in everything else with the black. And to blend the two in, I took uh, Basilic Canamdre and just kind of wafted over both of them and wiped away what I didn't want, or used a wet brush to pick up parts of it. So wanted to get that black to red transition you see on the old Games Workshop image of this old model. This is actually a fine cast too. I don't know how I found this on eBay, but I did, and it was new in box.
What?
Yeah, and he sent me a metal one for free.
Huh.
So that guy was cool.
All right, Alec. Thanks for joining us, dude. Really appreciate it, and hope to see you again next time.
Yeah, have a good day.
See, getting some. This is one of my favorite reds, by the way. Corn red. It's just such a good red.
I do like one red.
All right, we'll switch back to some equal screen sharing here.
I've been through so much corn red, it's ridiculous.
Oh shoot! I just realized I painted something gray that was supposed to be this corn red. Good thing I got the corn red out just now. Always paint my fuel tanks for flamers red. I know in the real world you wouldn't do that because it would just make them like easy targets for the enemy.
Okay.
But in 40k, it's an awesome way of saying, especially now with the where you can't target like specific models in a larger unit. It's just a great way of like warning your enemy, like, I'm coming for you. Except I would normally say burn the heretic, but this this here would be used against the Imperium, so I can't really say that. Hmm. Hmm.
Is it time to start doing some metallics? I believe so. It's still drying in some areas.
Yeah, I'm not really good at grime chipping and stuff. Just never really have been. Watching my buddy Kenyon Shock is working on learning that technique, like using hairspray and stuff, and he's been uh, doing some great work on it. You guys can see that on his Instagram as well. Uh, but he's been sharing some of those photos with me, and I really like them. I really want to learn how to do that. There we go. Painting my tanks red. There we go. Red tanks are done on both flamers. Oh yeah, I was gonna paint the.
AK Interactive is coming out with some awesome stuff. I do want to try more of their range.
Who's it? AK Interactive.
Yeah, I have their matte varnish, but Nuno was talking about their streaking set, and it does look pretty interesting.
You guys can tell I don't branch out a whole lot. Do, do, do. This is a great way to still like feel like you're getting to socialize and hobby. I gotta say.
I agree. I very much agree.
Yeah, Jeff and I lost our local hobby store. I was even hoping to. We were going to have a kill team tournament, and then we were going to start doing like hang out and paint and build days and all kinds of cool stuff. And then bloop, they're gone. Um, they were going out of business before the pandemic hit too. So, not that the game store was doing bad. It's just the owner couldn't keep running it anymore. So, because for health reasons. So now this might be a way to feed my. I'm a hardcore extrovert, by the way, guys. Like, um, this is like killing me being in isolation away from people. So getting to socialize like this is like the world right now.
Liquitex does have good inks. I've probably got more De La Rowney than I do Liquitex, but both very
All right, I think
good.
I'm. I'll go ahead here.
I was going to say one thing I like about Scale 75. I mean, I was joking about it earlier, but they are actually very heavily pigmented, so layers and doing any kind of base coats are really good. But they come in multiple different sets you can buy with, like, you know, all your matching colors you would need if you want to do a certain scheme, and actually makes it easier to, well, a little bit more affordable to purchase. What were you going to say?
Oh, I don't know, some arbitrarily stupid thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I think as soon as I get this black on here, I get the Balsafar gold on here. I'll be ready to do my first shade. Do do do. Gotta get that magic Agrax shade on here. Oh, can't miss that part.
Liquid magic.
Here we go. Working decently well here. Okay, what's up in chat? Oh, Range, yeah, good to have you. Take care, buddy.
Have a good one.
that done here.
Apex is the only paint you'll ever need. It is very versatile. You can do a lot with it.
I enjoy how much is it Paul from Forge Narrative or
Oh yeah, he talks about it all
no, Athonian Camo Shade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have used that one a lot because, of course, I do well 3 different armies that I use that with the orcs, the Kroot, and also my Death Guard.
Oh. Yeah, I always forget you got that Death Guard army. Yeah, oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah, especially you with your Death Guard army. That is the only like shade you'll ever need. God, you just wash your models in that stuff, and they're like done.
That's what I like about it.
Well, like, for anybody who doesn't know, Jeff here, who's commenting in chat, is has been the guest on all of my battle reports on my YouTube channel. That's the same Jeff. So that's his beautiful Death Guard army you guys have been watching. So no, I'm not kidding. Jeff's a very talented painter as well. Making this up as I go along.
Uh, 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 uh.
I was just thinking about this too, Derek. Since this now I figure out how to do live streaming, we could do this more often. But I was like, oh my gosh, I could also get folks on here like Katie and Shock and some
Yeah,
other folks too. Yeah, and really get a interesting group of folks up
that would be
to
pretty.
yeah. So I am truly like a boring painter because I don't branch out into different styles or techniques as much as Derek does here or Katie and Shock does. He's always experimenting with new stuff, but me, I'm just the traditional painting style of layers and highlights of just using acrylics.
Yeah, you pretty well follow the heavy metal style though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously not to the execution that they do it.
No, you do it pretty good. Your actually putting it like that is pretty good.
Oh, we almost lost the microphone. We almost lost the microphone. I elbowed it there.
All right, I'll stop saying that you do good work then. I want that to happen. Take that as a sign.
uh,
Don't give Sergeant Steele any praise. He breaks stuff.
this is true. Oh man, I won't forget. Okay, like one of the most embarrassing moments ever while playing Warhammer. I was at a tournament there at the Four Horsemen in Morgantown, West Virginia, and I had this opponent. I won't forget. It was Kyle Kirby, a super nice guy from Maryland, wonderful opponent, and he had his beautiful Tyranid army on the table. He brought it to use in the tournament, and he had his I think it was a Termagant Deep Strike in. I think it's the one that does that. Deep Strikes in, brought his Gene Stealers in with it to get in my back lines, and it was near my Macarius Vulcan, and I was trying to roll dice as quickly as I could, right? Because it's a ITC tournament. We only got so much time. We weren't using clocks or anything back then, but still, I wanted to be respectful of time. And my elbow came down, hit that newly built Termagant, Trigaunt, whatever, in the head, and broke it in two.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, I'll never forget that because I felt bad about that to this day. Uh, Kyle was a really cool guy about it, though. was a really cool guy about it. He couldn't have responded better. I could tell he was disappointed, if not even maybe just a little bit upset. But yeah, he responded well, and we continued on with the game.
That's
But
good.
yeah, I do break
Yeah.
things, especially when I get excited.
You are the reason why we had the house rule: no sporadic flying of fists.
True. Yeah, yeah. When we lived together, that also happened.
Because you punched me in the mouth.
Lightly.
Still, it displeased me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very uncool moment for me. It was a big jerky pants.
You had like a quick uh response to it though. You were like immediately putting me in a bear hug.
Yep. When you don't want violence to escalate, or you want to limit your opponent being able to harm you, by the way, a bear hug is a great way. Oh, Austin's got to go. All right, man. Hey, thanks for tuning in, dude. And you take care out there, buddy. So I hope to have games with you as soon as this whole thing blows over. But yeah, so if you don't want your opponent to hurt you or you want to de escalate the fight, hug them. Prevents them from getting the leverage they need to throw punches that can be more harmful. They can still punch you, but it limits the essentially the torque they can generate in their punch. So yeah, I totally use that technique on you to keep you from, you know, hurting me too much.
And I would say it more just confused me.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I definitely was about to punch you.
Oh, I know.
It's like this guy's hugging me.
You're like, wait, but I want to hit
Oh,
him.
wait, you're doing it wrong.
It's like when you see the videos, the comedy videos of people like stripping naked before a fight, like Randy from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Except you don't have to get naked; you just hug them.
I mean, you do you.
It's one of several techniques. Defense has always been more of my specialty than assault.
Yeah, it's more of a guard technique.
Yeah,
Hug it out.
hug it out. I don't know if the commissar has actually ever said that.
That's their big secret.
That's their big secret.
The Dark Angels have their secret. Grey Knights want to be kept a secret. The guards' secret. They hug it out.
They hug it out. All right. Well, if that's what can keep Katie in our hearts, then we'll do it.
I will say though, that your story about the smashing the Tyranid reminded me of there was one of the tournaments you put on that I went to. Um, one of the guys that worked at the shop was walking by, and I had my cases set up behind me on a very small table, and he bumped that table, and my this was my towel army went flying on the floor. The thing that topped it off, though, like the only things that actually broke were all my old metal Pathfinders.
Oh yeah, I remember. We sat there like we all got together and started like re-gluing your army right then and there. Didn't we? Did we not?
Yeah, I would say like that. You should have got the like TO of the year for immediately running over with super glue. I don't know why you had it in your pocket, but you did. And but that guy was like so apologetic. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, could you want me to? How much did these cost? I'll buy you new sets." And I was like,
Like, oh my god, you didn't need new models.
he's like, they are metal models, and they have since come out with plastic. I was like, no, no, you don't need to do that.
Apply the I'm the Queen of England strap. Nuno, I think you're going to have to extrapolate on that one a little bit. Uh,
Extra.
elaborate, extrapolate, whatever late you would like to do. Oh yeah, I took TOing very seriously. I did. I had super glue ready at all times. I was I was ready to run around like a mad fool at any moment. But the thing was, that was like the beginning of Eighth Edition, and there were hardly any like rules questions to be answered. The game was so simple back then, straightforward. I mean, it still is. It's much better than what Seventh Edition was.
Yeah. What was that global campaign right at the beginning?
Oh, the Gond no, actually, I got the cards over here right next to me. I could
That's
look.
what I just found the cards recently. That's why I started thinking about it.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, we had that nice man. That global campaign was a lot of fun actually for the launch. I hated that we had to like go to GW stores sometimes to like get things for that or whatnot. Isn't that how it worked? Yeah, we actually had to go to the GW store in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for a lot of that. Am I right?
I
Or could we?
think no, we did a lot of it
Or did
locally.
it do it locally? Okay, it was other stuff. Or like the way GW does it, like you can collect these cards, you can go to their stores and actually get these cards, but it's always like a huge drive for us to get up there.
Or did you go and pick those up for the shop?
No, no, no. I didn't pick them up for the shop. The shop got them in if we had them at the shop. Um, wouldn't have done that. So it's simple. So Nuno says, you get naked, cover yourself in lard, and start running to hug people screaming, I'm the Queen of England. This is the
Huh.
thing. That that apparently is a thing. A thing I don't think I really want to experience. What do you think, Derek?
Mm. I've seen something similar to this, but it didn't have lard. Okay, parts of that are still lit, so I don't want to go in
Yeah, I've mostly just seen like it's always been to me it's always been funniest like Trailer Park Boys with Randy um, stripping down to his whitey tighties and running out.
there. Randy Bobain.
Let's see. That's the Florida man rule. That's what Jeff says. Oh man, okay. These guys are coming along fairly decently, but at an hour and a half in, I got to go ahead and get shade on a few of them here. Would have been a lot faster had I painted with contrast. I probably just should have done that. I wonder how contrast would work over top of this black, gray, and white uh, pre-coloring.
I would say really well.
Think so?
Yeah.
Should have tried it out. I'll have to do that sometime. I'll test that out and see what I think of it because that could be another great way. Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be hard for everybody to see, but
oh here,
I
let me
got a good.
let me There you go, Derek. Now you're the primary.
All right.
That'll help you show
Get
some
into that
things off.
arm somehow. There we go.
Yeah? Oh, dude. Man, that Demon Prince is looking amazing.
Thank you very much.
That's everything. You're painting the right size miniature for a live stream. Mine are tiny. It's so hard to see mine. Maybe I should do Lehman Russ's next.
Oh, got a little mess there.
See how's chat going? Alright. And...
So you know the technique where you turn your brush sideways and use the sides of the bristles to do like an edge highlight.
Yeah, it's like the only way I do an edge highlight.
I found that's the best way to do trim work, like on this metal trimming,
Really.
because it is raised but not that deep. If you don't want to go and get yourself a fine brush, because this is just a starter brush, because I don't know why, I have like 5 million of these. And if I'm going to be doing metallics, I'm going to use me a cheap brush.
I did figure out Iron Warriors, the metal I'm using on all these heretics, just eats up brushes.
Yeah, I made the mistake one time of using a natural hair brush with metals.
Oh no.
Yeah, eats through them like crazy.
Yeah, you almost have to use synthetics for metallics. Almost have to. Let's see, get that there. I just can't stop putting base colors down. I was gonna shade, but I can't stop. Like, it's too satisfying. First world problems. Okay. There we go. Nuno screaming no. I'm not sure quite what response to. There we go.
Okay, so now I think I might switch to steel color. So you said you like the Iron Hands?
The Iron
Paint?
Warriors?
Or Iron Warriors?
Yeah, I like it a lot. But it the pigment is real thick because it's got both a black pigment and a metallic pigment in it. That's what makes it so dark, and it'll really just tear up a brush. So you gotta thin it down real well, or just use a brush you really don't care about.
That's why I have 5 million of these starter brushes. Actually, I got a lot of these because um, right around the time GW was releasing the Battle for Beedros stuff,
Oh yeah,
they had a whole bunch of build-in paint boxes with like old Orc and Space Marine kits, like really old
yeah. Which you
kits.
bought a bajillion of for your orc army.
Yeah, because it was cheap.
It was the only way you get a lot of the plastic stuff too. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, and they all came with this little starter brush and a selection of paints.
Oh,
So
oh, good brushes with a metal color is a big no. Yeah.
it's a big no-no. Hard no.
I do break that rule often. I get forgetful, and I got special synthetic brushes just for painting metallics. I got years ago at Adepticon, and I actually still haven't used them up. But I just haven't yet because of I just keep forgetting to get them out. Really, they're in my travel case. Uh, they're mostly just travel brushes. Really nice too. They come in their like each brush is its own case in itself. Oh, it's such a nice travel set. Oh man, I gotta really try to get this detail in here. There we go. Okay. Oh wait, forgot to paint the wood on his pistol.
Looks like our bandwidth dropped a
Oh,
bit.
did it? No, still transferring about 2,000 kilobytes per second. I'm going to switch us back to shared.
It's me then.
Yeah, you're coming through crystal clear on my end.
Oh, might just be my end.
Yeah, the OBS software we're using for streaming actually gives me like a upload kind of meter and shows what our stream is, and it kind of gives me a color indicator of whether we're good or bad or not. We've dipped
Cool.
into the yellow a few times though. You're right about that. Yeah, get this brown on here. Do you find it weird, like on the Renegade Guard stuff, that their weapons have wooden stocks?
Yeah.
That is.
Uh, that's why I haven't really started on mine yet. I've got them base coated, basically,
Yeah.
but I'm wanting to practice that, like doing really fine grain before I start putting too much paint on the weapons.
Well, I'm just gonna wash and dry brush. Or no, I'll probably detail highlight mine. So it'll take me some time. Oh, there was that spike I missed. Earlier I was holding one of these models and I'm like, I missed a spike somewhere. And now I found it again.
I really like. There's this Necron head that this Demon Prince has as a trophy.
Oh yeah? Why Necrons?
I don't know. You know the what is it? Aspirant Champion model. That's just like the single blister pack model.
Yeah.
Has a detail base when they used to release those that had like scenic base or whatever.
Yeah, I bought into those a bunch when we started. Yeah.
But this was one of the ones where it came with the model, and it had a Necron head on it. I don't know. There was a weird campaign at that time,
Hmm.
or if they just had the same designer probably.
They were just like, we got a bunch of these extra bits no one's buying. Put them on a Demon Prince.
What does everybody hate right now? Necrons. Yep, that was 7th edition.
Oh God, isn't that the truth? So Jeff commented in chat that he's after he's done with he's working on these two Plague Marines that are kind of like takes on Mario and Luigi. He's calling them Malario and Luigi.
Like Lukey.
Yeah, and he says when he's done with that, he's gonna go back to. He's got this amazing project where he's working on converted orc poxwalkers.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the photos. It's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. I can't wait to show those off in the stream. Oh wait, why am I using that color? I don't need that color. I need this color. Get that in there. Good. Tiny little bit more Castle and Green, and then I'm ready for my first shades. Boop, boop, boop.
I'm already on metallics, man.
What?
You need to step up your
Dude,
game.
I am serious. I am such a slow painter. This is why it takes me forever to like get models out there on my Instagram. That's why I post so many like action shots of games, because it takes me forever just to like paint something. If I can ever come into like having some extra money, I swear I'm really gonna dive into like paying somebody to paint my armies I don't care as much for me. All right, so we're gonna do this for about 15 more minutes, and then we're gonna call it here on the channel because we've been streaming for about an hour and 45. So let's see what we can get done in the next 15 minutes here, Derek, without
And
sacrificing quality.
we should do a challenge one day. We'll both get the same model. And see who can finish first.
Oh God, unless it's a crate, I'm doomed.
Well, then you get to pick the model.
All right.
There's so many like pipes and hoses on here that I was not previously aware of.
I mean, we could do fiddlesticks. I'm running out of. Well, that went quick. Some Valspar gold on my painting palette, and God, I used it up like it was air in a vacuum.
I mean, that is the best kind of air.
True. Oh man, I forgot to drill out my flamer. I'll have to do that later. No, I'll go ahead and do it now. There we go. Get my drill out. Actually, I was glad we did the stream too. It motivated me to clean up my hobby table.
Oh yeah, me too. Mine was a mess. Okay. I think I'm good to do some touch up and then a wash.
Oh God, I won't forget like how much hell I got on Instagram when I first didn't drill out my bolt gun barrels.
Yeah, I remember that.
God, every time I made a post of an undrilled bolter on a sergeant, somebody was like, with exclamation points, drill your bolters. And I'm like, okay. Jeez. Really upset people.
Well, they don't want to see any of my bolters.
Did you not drill any of yours?
If I got something that's a bolter, it's not my main army, so I don't care.
Yeah, I know, right? That was kind of like my thing. It's like I only want to put so much time and effort into certain things, and but then again, it was my sergeants on my guard, so I was like, all right, yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I've gone back and drilled them all now. Oh yeah. I think I'm going to do a. I think my next project I'm going to do via video because I can't really make battle reports right now. Will be painting Acadian start to finish in my 707th scheme,
hmm.
which is really similar to the Acadian 8th, but it's still different. So I use brown leathers. I use some different highlights, but
I've been working on a video about kit bashing and converting.
oh,
Yeah,
let's see what time. Oh no, 10 minutes left. Oh, I got to do this. Stop getting distracted, Shay. Stop it. So I want to show these with the Agrax shade on them. All right. Getting that shade on there. What else do I got? Oh, a little detail there. And a little detail there. And that looks good. Oh. There we go. Getting her done. You know what movie I rewatched the other day, Derek, that I hadn't seen in a while, but it's trashy, but God, I love it.
what?
Escape from LA.
That's you know what I watched the other day or rewatched.
What?
That's not really trashy, but I still love it. Blast from the
Oh,
Past.
nice.
That movie's just gold. I love it. Okay. What am I gonna do for this?
Let's see. How long are you streaming today, Chris? Hey, Chris. Another guy from local hobby club, and Derek and I are going to wrap this up in about the next 10 minutes. So sorry you came in late, but this will be up on YouTube for rewatch later. And we've had a couple funny moments where we talked about people, and then they showed up to chat with us in stream after we talk about them. So a couple local hobby guys you know as well. Yeah, it gave me a good laugh. Oh man, I wanted to work on my psychers while we were on stream today too. And oh well, I guess I'll have to save that for another time, huh? But you know,
I actually pulled those out as well. I thought if I was gonna jump into something, I'd paint those.
okay. Do I got all my base colors down? No, I just need to do some metaphistin in the eyes, and then I'm ready for some shading. So getting my, I use Army Painter fine detail brushes, by the way, for my fine detail work. So get
I use a couple different brands.
Chris, always late. Alright, get that Amethyst in red.
So for a lot of my detail, I don't want to put this back in that paint that's got metal on it. I use a lot of Da Vinci. This one here is the number 4. I've used it so much that it really doesn't have much of a tip anymore, but I still use it for all kinds of different things. Really good for base coating. It's good size. Even if when it was new, even though it's a 4 and it's a large brush, it just had such a great tip. You could still do a lot of detail work. And I've got a Masters or a Da Vinci Maestro set, and 2 of the Raphael brushes here.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish I had another cup of water.
Alright, get that done.
I'm just gonna use it anyway. And get a clean towel.
I'm gonna apply just a little bit more metal on some guys that don't have it yet. I want to switch to my shading. I don't want this metallic paint going to waste. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I need to... Yeah. Yeah, don't get fired, Chris. Don't get fired. Don't anybody get fired for watching our stream. Nobody do that.
Yeah, we don't recommend it, though. I think it would be
Especially right now during the apocalypse.
I'd be flattered.
Yeah, I'd be flattered and also a little sad.
Okay, we got a few minutes. What can I do? Habada, habada, habada.
We can go a few minutes over, but...
Congrats.
Okay. Use my brush soap here, Broken Toad brush soap. Especially after using a metallic. Alright. Time for the shades. Getting my shade brush out. Oh, today's been a day where I've gotten music stuck in my head too.
What music?
Right now I got Foo Fighters stuck in my head. Long Road to Ruin. Alright guys, time to shade up this leader here. I'm just going to start indiscriminately putting Agrax Earthshade all over this model. Everywhere. So I've got Eshin Gray, I got Iron Warriors gray or metallic on here. Dryad Bark, Belsafar Gold. A lot of different colors I think are going to take real well to this Agrax.
That's true. That all would mix well with it.
Yep. Well, that was my point. I wanted to make sure these guys painted up quickly. I don't want to spend as much time on these guys as I do my Cadians. That would be heresy.
Nah, that'd be perfectly fine.
Although, so I'm conflicted here, by the way. I already have trays in the Infinite because of the Fall Acadia. Oh, wait. First time with an airbrush. I'm impressed. Oh, nice. Yeah, Nuno, I like to see those Bullgrins too. Send me a message sometime on Instagram if you want to share those with me. I love seeing what everybody else is working on. So feel free to do that if you want to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, shoot lively minis or I messages on Instagram. Oh man. I think I made the right decision. All right, here we go. So this model, the Flamer model, I'm now shading though, has Corn Red on it. It has Gorthor Brown. It's got a few different colors than the leader. So let's see how this comes out doing this total shade in Agrax. Yeah, here we go. Gotta make sure I'm putting this on thick too, so I gotta make sure it doesn't like pull up anywhere. I also gotta make sure I don't miss a spot because I'm doing it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I just found a couple spots I missed earlier.
All right, clean out my
That's
shape.
why it's good to do a quick check at the end, though,
Yeah.
so you can find those things and fix them.
I tell you one thing I did do to prep for like not being able to go out and not being able to do some other things. I bought a ton of sterling mud so I could do a bunch of basing. Um, let's see, do an upgrade on that. Raphael 8404. Oh, with a double zero, a zero, a one, and a two. All the
Oh man,
wow.
I've only got a what are mine? Got a 1 and a 0, I think. For the Raphaels.
GW painting handle time. Also thought about like how messed up our generation is a little bit with some stuff, and I was like, man, if I had to do a TikTok video, I'd probably do it to like Twist by Korn.
Yeah.
People trying to be entertained would be like, what is wrong with this guy? Somebody get him some help.
It just sounded like Creepio.
I did. I don't know why I did that voice. I'm sorry. Creepio does creep me out. Alright, getting the basing on these two guys. I just shaded. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Dude, I might not even highlight these guys. Like beyond my like undercoating highlights where I did the grays and whites and black. Um this shade isn't even dry yet and it's looking really good. Very well impressed. How's your Demon Prince coming along? Wow! Oh my God, Derek.
Thank you. I left Space Marine helmet trophy here blank for now. I'm probably gonna go over that with maybe the Caliban green.
Yeah, make it your Dark Angels.
Yeah, that's what I've started to do with a lot of my Black Legion stuff right now. Is if it has any of the Space Marine stuff on it, then I'm making it Dark Angel.
Hey, by the way, if you want to, once we can get out of quarantine here and do some battle reports, which I can't wait for you and I to start doing, um, we should do one where you play your uh, Dark Angels, and I will bring Cipher, but also use some of your Black Legion stuff you've been painting.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah, because I never get to use my Cipher model, so that could be a lot of fun. Oh man, wait till you see this. Wait till you see it.
All right.
These guys look so good. Yeah, we're gonna go a little over. I said we were gonna stop at one, but we're gonna go just a little bit over. Because you're still finishing up and I'm still finishing up. But I want to wait for my shade to dry and stuff, before I can show these guys off. Oh, cracking all my joints.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, that's where I don't have any fluid in my joints.
might want to check your roof. I think Santa showed up.
Hey, Chris, are you at work still or? Jeff's asked, or yeah, Chris, are you still at work or are you at home painting as well? And Jeff says, let's all get together and do a 1,000 point free for all.
Yeah. I'm
Oof.
talking about.
God, if we do 1,000 point free for all, oh, I'd be down for that. That could be a lot of fun. Hardcore though, hard freaking core, but fun. Okay.
Click, click, click.
Sing Christmas songs.
Um, uh,
Uh,
that happens periodically from time to time. Oh, I really can't wait to start doing some glazing red highlights here.
I'll be glazing here soon as well. Not on the stream today, but my technique for painting Imperial Fists is glazing with Lamenter's yellow.
Ooh.
Yeah, start with
Well,
with a bone color.
I'm gonna be doing. I'll be doing different glazing.
Oh, oh. I gotta remember to keep what I'm painting in the camera view.
My coffee went cold.
Ugh.
I'm thinking maybe the eyes on this guy should be orange. But what I will do now is get out that number one and do teeth.
Chris is Chris is getting ready to do some painting. Chris, by the way, guys, you guys haven't seen him yet on the stream, but you have seen him in my Instagram feed. Is he's got a wonderful Tyranid army that he's painting up, and he's been working on the color scheme a little bit, but it's this wonderful orange and kind of bluish colored theme he's got, and I really like it. So he's got some great work going on. I hope to show more of Chris's stuff also on my Instagram later as him and I continue to duke it out. The last game him and I played was a ton of fun. We had a Sky Shield landing pad and some other cool like urban ruins on the map. And Chris came at me, and I actually wasn't quite sure who was gonna win that one when we got to like turn two. His army had just devastated some of my stuff, but luckily my chimeras helped me kind of hold out from getting devastated on my right flank. I think I was able to pull off a victory in that match. Um, but that's Chris's Tyranid armies. Yeah, I agree with you, Nuno. The worst part of airbrushing is cleaning, and if you take an airbrushing class, they recommend you clean often, all the time. So I clean mine um, about every like 2 times I fill the hopper, or every time I change color too, and I do it very thoroughly. I use airbrush cleaner, and I use thinner, and I use water. I go all out cleaning my airbrush.
Yeah, that's something I tend to do as well. And I got one of those little flush pots or whatever they are.
Oh yeah, I made my own. I didn't reach. No, it's not in arm's reach right now. It's way back behind me here. But I made my own out of like a yogurt container. Did you ever see the Google? Did you ever saw the Google or Mac thing about Corn Berserker voice? Heretics versus heretics? I don't think I have. Derek?
Um, no, I have not.
I don't think either of us have seen that. Alright, that Agrax Earth Shade is nearly dry. So I'm almost ready to show off my hobby progress for this stream. How you doing on that Demon Prince there, Derek?
I've already started into some glazing.
Heck yeah.
Doing some more blending on these horns. Get the tips a little bit more white.
I wish Forge World still sold the old Trader Guard models. It's really nice. Some of my favorite Instagram accounts, uh, whole armies are built with those, and I absolutely love them. Even if they are traders, they're just really nice looking models. And I got one in my, I bought a Minotaur, the artillery vehicle from Forge World, and it comes with one that I could make the driver in case I wanted to make it for a heretic army. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Like, he's such a nice model. I don't know what to build and do with him. I'm definitely not. I don't think I'm going to give him away either because he's just really nice. I guess a hobbyist is something I want to do something with. You left your wet palette at home, Austin? Well, you know what I've seen people do? And actually I just saw Peachy recommend this the other day on the Warhammer stream. Is just use a base. If you get a base laying around, flip it upside down. And mix your paint on a base. It's not a wet palette, but it's a good place to mix and work on your paints. So there we go. Adjust that camera slightly. All right. Okay, so I got several of these guys like base coated with green. That Agrax is nearly done drying.
I feel good about this.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me put you, there you go, Derek. Show him off. Dude. Wow, you've done a killer job. What's your basing like for this army?
Using a Vallejo brown earth
Oh, nice.
texture. I
Uh,
think I got one.
it's not this one though. It's not the thick mud. It's something else, right?
No, it's a lot lighter than that, more orangish.
Yeah.
I got one near me. Hold on. It's gonna be more like that.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah. Just started using Vallejo texture. I've used them for a little while and I really like it. I've used the gray texture for a lot of my tile stuff. Or actually, no, it wasn't gray. It was I used a lot of the black lava, and then I paint over it. But you can really manipulate that black lava into doing any kind of texture effect you want because it's real thick.
Oh.
Yeah. Or you can just leave it as is and don't paint it, and it looks like asphalt. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Austin's saying he uses that also for his bolt action because it looks like European mud.
Mm-hmm.
I take that thick mud I just showed. That's what I use on my tank treads for 40k models. But because it's too reddish, I don't like how just red orange it is. I then heavily coat it in Agrax Earthshade, and it dulls it down to just the right tone that I want for my tank tread mud. But I really like it. Other than that, I've only ever used the Vallejo textures for scenery. I need to step into that a little bit more. Speaking of which, I'm expecting during this isolation to get some killer scenery done. I got a few different projects in the, well, like all of us, you know. I got several different projects in the loop, and one of them's going to be the graveyard actually for my Cadians. Yeah, yeah, it's important not to differentiate when making your different armies. I absolutely agree. I made that mistake early on. Derek remembers like there was a point I was playing with my guard and what I had like four different basing styles,
Yep.
mostly on heavy weapons. I tried rock, I tried brown mud, I tried dry mud. I looked really silly for a while I was trying to figure it out, and it actually wasn't until the last like year that I tore most of those bases apart and redid them into my darker wet mud that I do now. So I've been playing for years with like multi-themed bases, and it didn't look great. But I mostly have only ever painted and built one army. So, but that's why I branch out more often now. And when I'm painting, I got Kill Team, like Eighth Edition Kill Team has done a lot. Well, I'm calling it eighth, you know, the Eighth Edition timeline, the the most modern Kill Team. I've been painting a lot of forces up, and that's allowed me to try different new things.
Very nice.
All right, so I'm gonna switch real quick, and I'll show you all how. Come on,
Yeah, let's look how far you've made it.
come on, come into focus.
Oh, nice.
Right? You can even still see the red in his eyes there. I'm really liking. I'm liking it with just the wash. Like I'm almost not wanting to highlight it. Um, here's the backside. It's come together really well. What I haven't done yet is the skull on the base and his little spike. I'll do those later. So that's their little sergeant. That's their leader. And then here is the flamer. and he's got fur on him. So there's that Gorthor Brown. Oops, come on.
Man, very nice.
There we go. Come on, focus again. Focus. Hello. Come on, camera. I think it's built to see faces. Aha! Oh wow, I can get it to focus real close. Wow, I didn't realize I could get it this close. I could use this to shoot my painting tutorial vids. Uh, so there's the details on the back of them. So I'm really liking how this came out, and I think that pre-shade highlight actually helped a bunch. So I can see it some on the helmet, and I can see it some elsewhere. Hold on, let's see if I can get this to focus on it on his helmet. Not quite. It's going to be hard to see. Come on. Try it again. Nope, I'm struggling here. I'm on a struggle bus. It's really hard because it's like inverted, my movement to like where the web camera is. Nope, I can't get it to autofocus.
The color scheme came out really well, though. I like that.
Yeah, come on. There we go. The helmet's just a little out of focus. There we go. Okay, so you can see there. I don't want to jinx myself and move it too much, but you can see where there's like a little bit of highlight there on the helmet. A little bit of highlight on some other stuff too. That's not an effect of the shading necessarily, and that's because I did those pre-highlights with an airbrush where I did black, gray, then white. No, Jeff, I didn't convert these. These are the models from Blackstone Fortress. These are the Trader Guard from it. So I'm painting them up to use in games of Kill Team here at home. So me and my partner don't have to kill Imperium models. We can hopefully kill those traders. What color green is the base? That's Castellan green. I'm just using regular Castellan green like I would on my Cadians. All right. So, Derek, you want to take a moment and... yeah, Jeff, you got to get some of those. You can get them on eBay, too. People are parting them out on eBay. You can show them off that way. And so here, let's take a look at Derek's demon prints again real quick. Oh, the Nurglefy him? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could.
I've seen people do that. It turns out good. What I'm doing right now is I'm just giving a quick little layer of Lamy and medium. What I have noticed that if these contrast paints sometimes, well, they say one thick coat, sometimes it becomes very thin and will rub off pretty easily. So whenever I use them, I tend to do a little layer of Lamy and medium just to protect it.
Yeah, and here's what I want to switch back to me real quick. So here was oh, come on. Go back into focus. We have the technology if we can just get it to work. There we go. All right. So that is
that is a nice looking cultist.
Yep, and that is almost entirely contrast paints. All except for the metallics, that's all contrast on there. So I'm a big fan. So these are my other cultists from Blackstone Fortress. And I'm really liking how they're coming out too. And they're coming together real quick. I actually already got most of the force done. What I'm not happy about is cloth. I don't like using contrast paints for cloth.
What kind of cloth?
Like this, like robes and stuff.
Well, depending on the color you want to make it. What did you use there?
So let me check. I got a couple different ones I've done here. That is just Wraithbone underneath, and then 2 layers of Magos purple.
Oh, you should have done the pink one.
The pink one?
It comes out a little bit more like dark than that.
Yeah, so I'm working on trying to perfect that technique, but I already got most of those cultists done. And here's what I'm really happy about. If I can get this to come into focus. There we go. Oh, come on, come back into focus. Come back into focus. I get it, and then I lose it. I get it, and I lose it.
Oh, I like that.
Come on. Come back. See, I thought maybe my camera would be motion activated for focusing, but it's not.
See, that's why I use my iPhone.
Yeah, come on. It's such a pain. Alright, come on. Um, I'm trying. I really am. There we go. There's a beast man that I did with almost all contrast paints also. And he's looking
Is that
pretty
the
good.
gore grunt of fur as the flesh?
Uh, no, it's actually Dark Oath flesh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
The aggro dunes on the pants.
that's Agros Dunes, you're correct. And then Basilicum
And
Gray on
then
the cloth.
okay.
And then Black Templar for the hair.
Did you do basilicum gray and then
Uh,
and then some kind of brown?
yeah, I did Agrax Earthshade on it.
Okay. It's like that's a little bit more gray than, or a little bit more brown than gray.
Yeah. But I'm really happy with how that's turned out. And that was quick. That was minutes. I painted up that whole model.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Especially for like models I'm not going to use super often or all the time. I'm really enjoying contrast and I'm really wanting to recommend it. So definitely explore. But I like what you're doing, Derek. Like you're talking about using them like as washes too. And I think it's a great thing.
Let's see. I got this one here. Is mostly a lot of contrast here.
Wow, really?
The flames, all the bone, and all the browns are all contrast. But, the fur over the shoulders is the gore grunt of fur. The gloves are snakebite leather. Robes are wildwood.
Wildwood.
And then, of course, I did a layer of the Eandon yellow and the Griffhound orange. And then Flushed Hair red for the flames. And then I went through and just did like some very fine tips with Basilicanum gray, just to give a little bit of a darker edge to them.
Here, can you bring him up closer to the camera? Is it going to stay in focus?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, Austin was wanting to see him up close a little more. Yeah, dude, you did a killer job with that. Wow, that's a really well painted model. Right? And that's a great example of like using multiple paints and techniques and putting them all together to create a great final product. Dang, Derek. Golf clap.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
I'm
much.
doing it. I know everybody else wants to, so I'm doing it for them. All right. With that, guys, we are at almost 1:30 here local time. So, Derek, do you just want to show off where your Demon Prince is?
Yeah, sure. I'll ask or answer Austin's question there. Like I said, the flames I did the not a Indian yellow. Is it a Indian yellow? The new contrast yellow, and Griffhound orange, and then Flushed Hair red, and just the tips I did with just the smallest little touch of Basilicanum gray. And like I said, I don't really do a wet blend with those because I don't think contrasts wet blend well. But if you do the dirty broom method that I've kind of created myself, push them around a little bit and then rub off the surfaces, you can kind of get some cool effects out of it. But okay, the demon. So I started off, I hit just a few spots with Fleshed Hair red, like the head, shoulders, hand, this kneecap, elbows, and part of the back, and then hit everything else with Black Templar contrast paint, and then I used Basilicam Gray to blend the two together. And the gold is just your Retributor armor. And then I used Lead Belcher on all the piping. Oh, the any kind of bone was done by Skeleton Horde, with the exception of the horns. I did a Skeleton Horde, and then on the very near the head here, I used Wildwood again, and just kind of pulled it a little bit towards the tips, and then brushed it back with a wet brush. And then I went over the tips with a glazing of Rakarth flesh. Not Rakarth, yeah. Rakarth flesh. And the sword, I did Ethermatic blue.
Ooh, yeah. Did you nice? That's what produced that?
Yep.
Dude, I need to order me some of that.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at what that does, I'm like, I might use this to do all of my Grey Knight power swords. Or not power swords, force swords.
Yeah. Dude, that like
So,
I am terrible at power swords. That looks amazing.
thank you.
You may have just changed my hobby as well.
So that's my method. About an hour and 20 minutes, got that done. It's Aethermatic blue.
Aethermatic blue. Okay, I saw that and I almost picked some up and I didn't do it. Oh.
Contrast blue is great for lights with silver on the base. Ooh. Now that sounds cool.
It's also why I like doing this on
And
YouTube. We get to share advice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
I was going to say, I did the Rakarth flesh again on the teeth. I don't know if I can get more of a close up of that.
Wow. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
So, yeah, thank you.
V-
All right.
Very impressive stuff, Derek. Very, as always.
Thank you very much.
Yep. All right, though. We can't keep the stream going forever, so we're gonna call it here for the day. So hello, everybody. Here I am, talking to you all. So let me switch back to equal screens. All right. So thanks for tuning in with us and talking and painting along with Derek and I today. If you don't follow Lively Minis, he's on Instagram at Lively Minis. And then I'll put a link in the description once this is up on YouTube later. And additionally, as well, my account, Katie and Sergeant Steele. Of course, you all can follow us there on Instagram for more progress updates. But thanks for joining us. If you want to support CSS and us doing the battle reports and other things like that, you can always do a small thing like, we have shirts now. Awesome shirts. It says Katie Stands on the back and stuff, so you guys can check those out on Teespring. Also, link will be in the video description after this is uploaded. But mostly just thanks for hanging out with us, and we really appreciate it, especially while we're in isolation. So, and Derek, for your send-off?
Well, I had a great time. This has been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of good discussion out of this. So thank you all for tuning in and watching.
Yep.
Glad to hang out.
All right. You all take care now.